It has been called the greatest WrestleMania of all time. It has been dubbed that the greatest WWE pay-per-view of all time. Well, we're going to be here today to discuss this quote-unquote greatest pay-per-view, greatest WrestleMania of all time. I'm talking about WrestleMania X7. Now, there's been kind of debate. Do you call it 17? Do you call it X7? Because you call it 18 and not X8. But it's something about X7 that people just, they don't want to disrespect it for some reason, I'm guessing. And I can see why. So with me today, I am your host, Mr. A&D, and I have next to me the Lunatic Fringe, JD Moxie.
What's going on, guys? It's the greatest one of all time.
And I have across from me from the Soul Trek Enterprise, Quattro.
Grandmaster Sexy.
Was not on this show.
Didn't make the cut. Okay. Didn't make the cut.
Did not make the cut to get this WrestleMania payday. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. And also in the background, who may be chiming in, Q Flo the Rookie.
What's going on, y'all?
So, guys, this has been called the greatest WrestleMania of all time. And, you know, we're going to be actually sit here and we're actually going to see if that's necessarily true or not. Because there are some debates of some other ones that come up to it also.
Yeah, I mean, I remember Messina was crazy.
We're not talking about 27. We're not talking about 27. But there are about two of them that do come very close to this that this have been debating back and forth. So why not get into it? We're not going to the pre-show. I don't remember who's on the national anthem. I don't. But we're going into the first match, the opening match for the Intercontinental Championship. Chris Jericho versus William Regal. Chris Jericho has been getting on Commissioner Regal's nerves for the past couple of weeks. He's even peeing in his tea.
Talk about a technical match, man.
Yeah. So Regal and Jericho get about 7 minutes to start off. Nice little back and forth action. Mm-hmm. Chris Jericho is a champion. Regal does not capture the Intercontinental Champion. He hits the Lion Salt, pins up to win. 1, 2, 3, 7 minutes. Decent opening match. What did you guys think of the opening match?
I liked it. It was actually pretty good. Like, technical, going back and forth. And then I will say, when Regal does them suplexes and stuff off the top rope, them joints be looking smooth.
They do. Regal's very underrated in his day.
Regal's a veteran.
I was getting ready to say that.
Regal is such a veteran that he gets no props. He don't get no props for the fans, but everybody in the back respects him so highly. Like, he was the man, for real. Like, if you go back and watch all his old matches, just like Moxie said, all his moves are smooth. They're on cue.
He's a professional.
He can sell. Yeah. Like, he is an all-around good wrestler. Definitely Hall of Fame candidate for the future.
Oh, definitely.
I agree. So, great way to open up the show, you guys think?
It had to go, of course.
Yeah,
especially that time, Chris Jericho. Oh man, asshole Chris Jericho was everything. God, I love asshole Chris Jericho.
Is he not an asshole now?
Yes.
Hey, but don't even put you on the list.
Before we continue, for WrestleMania X7, can we all agree that pretty much the matches they had actually the video packages were awesome?
Yeah, one time I actually like Limp Bizkit. Fred Durst, yeah.
Oh, you ain't like Rolling?
I like Rolling, and I like My Way.
My favorite band, by the way.
And then I don't like them like that.
What?
Are you serious?
Yes. Okay, serious.
As a music artist, how do you feel about it?
This gets trash.
Hey.
It was on the most hated list of people on Watch Mojo watching at 5 in the morning.
My man got Limp Bizkit over people like Hove.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying in that genre of rock, that's all.
You didn't say that.
Okay, whatever.
Next match.
Anyway, let's keep going.
We have a 6-man tag, which is
Limp Bizkit,
Taz, and the APA. With Jacqueline first defeated, versus, well, you already know they defeated, the Right to Censor, which was the Good Father, Val Venus, and Bull Bucket a.k.a. Bull Buchanan. Don't ask what I said. And with White Sox Stevie Richards. So, you guys' thoughts on the 6-man?
Can I tell you how much I like Right to Censor as a team? Talk about the...
I actually enjoyed that group.
I liked it too.
We're in the love of what the Attitude Era at this point, right? Attitude, getting close to the Ruthless Aggression Era. And they developed the tag team completely against everything they stand for.
Yes.
So good. Their asshole tactics are so... Especially when they had Ivory, too. Come on.
I enjoyed the right center. I enjoyed the right center more than I enjoyed Cyrus.
Yeah. I got
I'm just saying. Okay, so, sorry. What's your thoughts on the 6-man tag match?
I like Red Sense's chemistry in the match a lot. Yeah. Like, they really work good together. Mm-hmm. And for me, I mean, granted, before that you saw them together, but you'll never see them really work together. Mm-hmm. And also, I like how it propels Stevie Richards into that leadership role that he had back at ECW. Mm-hmm. Like, more than the BWO. It's the man, Stevie Richards. Right. So just seeing them together, I mean, Taz and APA just put a team of people don't care together and just go ahead, kill them.
That's more or less what happened.
That is. I mean, come on. It was Taz missions clotheslines everywhere in that match. How many people got Tazplex in that match? Count the Tazplexes.
Tazplex City.
I will in a minute. Moxie, go ahead.
I was going to say, pretty much what Quattro was saying. It was the chemistry between the Right to Censor was always, you could tell it is good there. But I will say, that clothesline from hell was fucking vicious. I loved it. Every time JBL hits that,
wasn't it Stevie they caught?
No, it was Good
Father.
Good Father. He sold the hell out of that.
Cause he did a full rotation. It was a full rotation.
Like he legitimately like stiff took him down. However, I thought this was probably the worst match on the card. Taz,
because of the card.
No, because Taz was ass in this match. He
didn't really do anything.
This is what Taz was like. It's time for you to retire. Because he was sloppy. He was fumbling into the ring rope. He had to hurry up and tag out at the APA, do all the work in there. That's what I said. There wasn't a Tazplex in this match.
Yeah, he didn't really do nothing.
This is when Taz was wearing the whole tracksuit looking thing. Taz is way past his prime right now. So I mean, this one was a little sloppy. It only went about 4 minutes. So I mean, in today's WrestleMania, this is a pre-show match. If it even gets on the card.
Alright.
But you know what? We are going to actually bring up something because a match that shouldn't have been good actually turned out being pretty good. 10 minutes of action.
I love
Raven defends his hardcore championship against Kane and the Big Show.
Yo, that hardcore match.
That's a name I ain't hear in a long time.
That was awesome.
Now, like I said, I am a fan of hardcore matches. If they're used right.
Alright.
If they're used right. I don't just like putting people in a hardcore match.
You don't like a lot of spots, just like a lot of random spots.
No, I don't mind the spot monkeys too much if it requires that, but also like a good hardcore match to tell a good story. Mm-hmm. I don't just like, spot after spot after spot after spot after spot to the point where like you kicking out of all that shit. And I don't like that kind of stuff.
Right.
But this match barely even hits the ring.
Yeah, literally.
Raven and the Big Show just attack each other, and then Kane comes from the top rope and then knocks down the Big Show. Raven tries to escape through the back, and then that's where the action really starts.
Yeah, it went awesome.
Talk about a backstage brawl, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They start wrestling, all going up the aisle. Kane takes a scoop slam on a pallet jack, not pallet jack.
It was a pallets.
Yeah, on the wood pallets. Yeah. And for anybody who actually like lifted one of those before or seen one of those,
fucking heavy.
Them those is heavy.
Yes, they are.
And them those like it's like a million splinters in your ass as soon as you fall on that thing.
Yes.
Big Show knocks Raven to the snapper. And then there was a good spot that Big Show tries to take the referee and Raven lock him in this room. There's this gate and so that I was like, all this hardware stuff. I think Vince is gonna like mow the lawn around the Houston Dome. You know what I'm saying? Afterwards, I don't know why there's hoses and wheelbarrows and that shit in there. I don't know why WrestleMania needs that, but they're in that room. Kane rips off the door. Great 1997 Hell in a Cell moment there.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And he rips open the door, and then Raven tries to choke him with the garden hose. Kane pushes Raven back through the door, and with that same garden hose, Raven, we haven't really seen spots like this as Mario Jannetty at the barbershop. But Kane throws Raven through this glass window, and it was probably a 6 spot. And all you hear is Raven with the slow aftermath, like, ah! It's like that shit probably really hurt.
Because that whole window broke. Now it wasn't like a hole in the window. It was like
the whole thing
window
shattered.
The window just shattered.
How often do things shatter into? I mean,
the mini piece. Oh.
Right. The little square little pieces like
when you break a car glass.
Yes.
God, that's
I don't even got a word for it. It was like, I heard that.
Flo, that's probably. I think you gotta look up on YouTube because YouTube because he looked up. So then Big Show comes and YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Big Show comes and then him and Kane try to choke each other and then they literally go through the door. He actually knocks Kane through the door. They try to choke each other on the floor. Then they fight and go through the drywall.
Yes.
It's just like Godzilla and King Kong ballad all over the place.
Yes.
And to the point, it's just like if Raven tries to run. He tries to get away, use a golf cart.
That was the funniest thing. That was innovative. That was funny as shit.
It was. They was actually supposed to go around the whole arena, but Raven lost control of the golf cart and actually went onto the side.
But, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll let you say this, but I'm going to say this as a side note.
I would just say, but Kane goes and grabs referee and he drives around. I was like, damn, I didn't know Kane could drive a golf cart like that. And then hits Raven. You know what I'm saying? Hits Raven. And then what was you going to add to that?
As a side note, but did y'all notice that? Did y'all know that when Raven actually drove the cart and he actually almost knocked out the entire power for WrestleMania? They said that.
Yeah, I seen that with culture video. I say yeah.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, the most 10 fascinating facts about WrestleMania X7. I should probably put that in the description below. But then we are still backstage. We haven't even got to the ring yet. So now we finally go into the stage part. Thank you. We finally go into the stage part, and Kane, Big Show's about to toss Raven off the stage. Kane gives a big boot, and they fall into like this cubby area where all this smoke just come out. Kane drops an elbow. People think he dropped a leg. He dropped an elbow onto the Big Show.
That was an elbow?
It was an elbow. It looked like a leg.
It looked like a leg.
It looked like a leg, but I kept saying a leg, but he drops an elbow on Kane. On Big Show.
He's tired as hell.
he pins Big Show.
You know what's crazy? Because I'm looking at results, and even this says a leg drop.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, a leg drop. It was real. If you look at it, it's an elbow. But Kane is now the new hardcore champion. Match better than I thought it was. Your thoughts on the match, guys?
I think we just said it.
Well, I just watched the video of Kane throwing Raven. He whipped them. He didn't even take him, hold him by the head or whatever. Yeah. He whipped him with the and just slung him through like a slingshot.
No, that hurt because that delayed scream. That delayed scream was
all you heard.
Hurt.
Like it just knocked, like you hit the chest.
Yeah.
Oh, all the air just come out.
Now, okay, so now next match we get a singles match for the WWF European Championship. Eddie Guerrero with Perry Saturn versus Test, who is the European champion. Everybody in this match is fucked up or dead, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. So that's the truth, though. So Eddie Guerrero, Test, Eddie Guerrero, they only got about 8 minutes to work. I liked Test growing up.
I like this theme.
I like the theme.
Well, and the big boot too.
I was about to say that because of Test, we have the boot of the week.
Yes.
Which was Test every damn week growing up.
Yes.
Yeah.
He kicked the shit out of
everybody. Lugs.
I ain't like it when he
became.
I heard about this boot of the week thing too.
Yeah.
From what culture? Yeah.
I never liked the new Test from 2003. Which was Stacy Keibler. I got the old Test with long pants,
right?
Long
the cross on the chest,
yeah, stuff like that. That's the Test I remember.
Yeah, as long as it ain't the Test from New ECW.
Not at all.
Speak on that.
So Perry Saturn makes a distraction for Test. Eddie Guerrero beats Test with that roll up, and
no.
It wasn't a roll up.
It wasn't a roll up. No.
What was it?
He knocked him out with the championship belt.
That's what. Okay.
Demon Malenko, he pulled Test out of the ring as he knocked out Eddie with the kick.
Okay.
And then that's when Perry threw the belt, and Eddie knocked his ass out. Got the 1, 2, 3.
Okay, you're actually right on that one. And Eddie Guerrero is now the new European champion. Your thoughts on the match? Do y'all miss the European Championship?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't it back though?
No,
that's the UK Championship now.
Oh, okay.
So yes.
That was.
I mean, it was a great undercard, mid-card title, if that makes any sense in the world.
Mm-hmm. But it all depends on who held it.
Yeah, like Shane McMahon, the greatest European champion of all time.
When William Regal held it, that made sense.
I don't know, like when X-Pac had it, the second greatest European champion of all time.
No, the greatest European champion of all time was D'Lo Brown.
He got the greatest neck movement of all time.
D'Lo Brown's underrated. And then British Bulldog was the second greatest European champion of all time. Yes. It's all good. So, y'all thoughts on the match?
It was.
I don't remember it as much as other matches, so I don't got much to say about it.
Honestly, I didn't really care for the match like that much because at that time I didn't really. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I used to fast forward past that match. I didn't care.
Okay.
It was a throwaway match for me.
Throwaway match. So, moving on, we get backstage of Kurt Angle and Edge and Christian. And, Kurt Angle is mad that Benoit may have tapping the crosses, but it wasn't an official match. And there wasn't an official referee, so it doesn't count, right? So Kurt Angle had to prove himself that he can beat Chris Benoit. So we get a one-on-one pure wrestling match between Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit.
Good old wrestling right there.
And this is a good old one-on-one technical wrestling match between these two. And I have to say, it was a great match.
It was.
I enjoyed the great match.
Can we
go ahead? No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, can we just say that when Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit, you knew that you was gonna get your money's worth no matter what. Every time they went against each other.
I feel like certain people get in the ring and
the chemistry is gonna be there, and the ring work is just gonna show.
I said the same thing for Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho.
Yeah, they had battles
had it with each other.
Just give me my Kurt Angle, Bret Hart. That's all I wanted in life. I never got it.
And you never will.
I never will. No. I get on 2K.
Yeah.
Not saying.
It ain't saying.
Take Angle Slam now. It's over.
The closest you might get to that, you might get a Kurt Angle AJ Styles.
Oh, you got it.
That would be awesome. But that's in TNA.
In WWE.
Don't need it in WWE.
It happened.
That's why when he come back, I don't want to feud with none of the old people from the TNA. Feud with people that he ain't touched yet.
What? Like Baron Corbin?
No, like Seth Rollins.
That would be awesome.
Like Roman Reigns, like Rusev. I want to see shit like that. Dolph Ziggler.
Listen, I want your Olympians idea to come through.
Thank you. Thank you. I want my Olympian stable.
Let's get back on topic. Because it's about to turn into a who did it better.
Yeah.
Let's.
I agree.
I got something to say.
But Chris Benoit goes for diving head, but Mrs. Kurt Angle rolls on for leverage, right?
No, he actually Chris Benoit he hit the diving headbutt, but I think Kurt Angle he low blowed him and then did a roll up and pulled the tights.
It said Benoit tried to pin Angle after a headbutt, but was met with a 2 count, and then he rolled up and used the tights for leverage to win.
Okay.
Something like that.
So Kurt Angle beats Chris Benoit in a pure wrestling match. Your thoughts on the?
You cheated.
Was it a good match?
Oh yeah, it was a good match. Though.
Okay.
It was a good match with a bad finish.
He's using one of his 3 eyes. Okay, intelligence.
But it was still a good match with a bad finish.
Okay. All right, I'll put it down. Bad finish. Your thoughts?
It was a good match overall. I just wished it. Well, not with the cheating pinfall. I'd have been cool with it being ended as a submission because you got 2 of the greatest submission wrestlers.
Yeah, but you talk about people
at that time.
You talk about people in their career, especially at that time, they ain't about to tap. I feel like we can almost count on one hand how many people have tapped Kurt Angle.
Good point. Because he is the GOAT. So speaking of you talk about bad matches. Next up is for the women's championship. Woo! China versus Ivory. This is obviously something back from the Royal Rumble where she's going for the handspring and she hurt her neck.
And this is right to center Ivory too.
Yeah, I hated right to center Ivory. I'm just not a fan of Ivory. Period. So China comes out and this is probably the best China ever looked.
And manhandler.
Yeah, had the little exploding gun and then comes down and it's a squash. She squashes Ivory in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, she really. I remember this one.
Yeah,
I just remember her tossing the hell out of Ivory, and she beat her with like, what was it, like a power bomb?
No, a press slam.
Military press slam.
And then she really just literally laid
rolled back like this,
like it wasn't nothing. She was like, I don't care.
It's WrestleMania.
But I will say the video package for it. I didn't care for the match.
It was longer than the match.
Yes.
Damn near.
Yes. Trying to sold the shit out of that power driver though. When she took that power driver from Valve and stuff. That shit looked for real. Cause she fucking bounced up. She did one of the RVD bounces. Remember how he would take the power driver and he would bounce his head off the damn right?
Well, this is another chapter in one of the worst storylines that was ever in the World Wrestling Federation. But we're going to a father versus son match. Shane McMahon versus Vince McMahon with special guest referee Mick Foley. The match, obviously, Vince McMahon has bought WCW.
Yay!
And Shane McMahon has bought WCW from under his father. Storyline.
They make WCW good.
Please, you don't even know when it was good.
Yeah, I ain't watching.
Okay, then we have the match at WrestleMania, which was originally supposed to be Mick Foley, but
he turned it down, I think.
Right? Yeah, he turned it down, which he probably regrets that he should have did. But this whole time, Vince has Linda in a comatose state. He's making out with Trish Stratus.
She slapped him. That's the match where she got up and slapped him.
Yeah, but before then,
Trish slapped him.
No, then Linda get out.
She kicked him in the nuts. We're going to get to that part.
Right. Too late. We already kind of got to it, but I'm just saying that Trish was making out with Vince McMahon, doing all types of... First of all, honestly, Trish Stratus in 2001, I'm just, my God, you know.
Yes, Lord.
I'm about to say, yeah. The things, I was like...
Old Canada?
The day she was doing to an old man, I was just like, wow, you really want to go places.
Work.
It worked.
Diva of the decade.
I'm just saying, but damn, it's like do I want to be all this and stick my tongue down Vince McMahon's throat? Yeah, that's what happened.
When you look at
I don't want check day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Do some things.
Do some things.
Man.
Yes.
Vince McMahon be like, yo, come to work in a clown outfit. I'll be in there with the nose and everything. Womp, womp. Let me get my check. Thank you.
So the match starts off as expected. You know, Shane slaps Vince. You know, they get the fight. And right now it's just really just terrible fighting. The WCW guys are sitting up there in the booth. Thanks to shout out to WCW guys. They really all sucked.
All 5 of them.
Lance Storm was up there though.
Lance Storm's up there?
Yeah,
they all suck.
Keep it serious for a minute.
Look, Sean Stasiak, Chavo Guerrero, they weren't on the level of selling anything. Good wrestlers, yeah, but as a characters, they all sucked.
What, Kerwin White?
So, Shane gets a couple of hard shots out to Vince, and then he lays him across the announce table to do his leap of faith elbow drop from the top rope to the announce table, and then Stephanie pulls him out the way. By the way, shout out to the whole Daddy's little girl outfit she had on. Shane misses.
Talk about that outfit, man.
Then Trish brings down Linda McMahon and has her to sit there and watch. Vince calls her a bitch. Like, wow, to your wife. He starts beating up Shane with the trash cans, and then he sits Linda up in the corner, says, "You're going to watch this." Turns around, Linda stands up. I mean, the crowd explodes when Linda stands up.
Yep.
JR, he sold that moment too.
She kicked
McMahon. She's hot.
Kicked Vince in the balls, and then we get the birth of the best coast to coast Shane has ever done in his career. And that's when he put the trash can right there over Vince. He ate all that trash can.
Oh man.
Talk that. Yo. At that moment, I knew I would always be a Shane McMahon fan, and then he would always be my favorite wrestler.
Because he ate all that trash can.
Both feet.
That John was in the promo until like last year.
Exactly. But that's the best Shane ever did it, though.
So worth it, though.
It was because other than that, it was like the one he did WrestleMania 32.
But he can still do it, which is good.
No, he did in WrestleMania 32. He barely even hit the trash can.
You jump that far?
This ain't about me, because I can't jump that far. Shane obviously can't jump that. When he tried to jump last time he tried to do the coast to coast to Roman Reigns at Survivor Series, he got knocked out.
Well,
literally.
Well, he'll do it this year.
Oh,
2 more weeks to a coast to coast. 2 more weeks to a coast to coast.
AJ gonna turn it into a pit. He may just fall off the.
We're gonna do coast to coast into a Styles Clash. Oh,
I was just about to say
that. The most amazing thing in the world.
That would be decent.
So Shay pins his father.
I will call y'all that night.
I know, right?
Pins his father in the street fight. So your thoughts on the street fight match?
I wanted to see the coast to coast.
Q Flow over here. He looking up the highlights.
I just wanted to see because he said it was the best one.
It was.
I had to see.
He got banned all the trash can. You
Yo,
felt
that
it.
air still happens in slow motion.
It does.
He's just like he can fly.
Like it hurt.
Rob Van Dam trained him in everything he's doing. Obviously, Shane watched ECW growing up.
Not really. He tried to make a side. He tried to make a side business of it. Didn't work.
Look.
Let it die.
No.
And let it die.
It will live forever in my heart and my mind.
The only one that matters. So, did you like the match?
Yes. Without a doubt.
Was you being biased that Shane Man was in there?
Yes. Without a doubt.
God, Shane Man is sometimes the worst.
Without a doubt.
Shane Man can sometimes put on some good matches, but I'm just saying.
Depends on who he's working with.
The King of the Ring match later on that year was a lot better.
Yeah.
The ambulance match with Kane.
I don't like ambulance matches.
The one where he fought
Eric Bischoff.
No.
Oh God, no.
No. I was just saying. I just want to see what you was going to say.
The one where he fought Steve Blackman just took the hell
out. Oh man.
To be honest with you, if he did not fall from top to title, that match would have been below average.
Yes.
If he did not take that big spot, it would have been below average.
What about Backlash versus Big Show?
Huh?
What about Backlash versus Big Show?
When
he jumped off the type?
Yeah, I'm just saying if it wasn't
Big
for that
Show
too.
All that.
It's the thing.
All of it.
Most things with Shane Man matches is if you don't do a big spot in there, sometimes it's hard to really find a good Shane McMahon match where he doesn't take a big spot. The Kurt Angle one was good. The one with Randy Orton was decent.
He took a big spot at the Kurt Angle one.
No, I'm not talking. He didn't jump off no tight. He didn't jump off nothing.
Yeah, but the way he got put through that glass, I mean,
no, I'm just saying, without him taking a big risk of jumping, those matches of jumping,
okay.
Because he only had some of the like the one with the Big Show was all right because Big Show wasn't even that great at that time. Eric Bischoff was terrible.
Mm-hmm. He had a good match against Test.
Lover Lever.
Yeah.
No, it was really not that great. He got his ass whooped the whole match. Mean Street Posse did all the work, and then the only spot he had was jumping off the ring. And that's the first time anybody did that. If Shane ain't jumping off anything, the match is average to below average at best. Mm-hmm. The only match that he actually was actually good when he didn't jump off anything was the one with Kurt Angle in the street fight, was the one with Randy Orton in 2009, and the one where he had with Kane in the Last Man Standing, which he actually did jump off the Titantron, but he still had to do that.
What about the one he had with Shawn Michaels that night on Raw?
That was Saturday Night Event.
That was Saturday Night Main Event.
That was good too.
Okay,
that was good too. He didn't jump off anything.
He took he so shot at suplex though.
But sitting there with this, everybody probably wouldn't remember the Undertaker Hell in a Cell match if he ain't jump off the Hell in a Cell
and missed.
And that's all Shane's going to do is miss. Shane is not going to connect him from that high unless it's somebody that big that could take that hit. Other than the Big Show. Kane like, I ain't taking that. Undertaker said, I'm not going to take that. I don't blame him. See, Black was like, he ain't going to take it. He going to fall back and I'll do the elbow.
Coast to coast.
Say what?
AJ taking a coast to coast.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a good one.
You don't think so?
You see the one with the Undertaker? The coast to coast he did with the Undertaker? He barely hit the trash can.
It's been a year for him to practice.
No, that was the steps.
No, he did with the trash. He had the trash can on the Undertaker, and he went coast to coast in the Hell in a Cell. And there's like the 1 foot caught it, and the other one was just laid on the mat, kind of like it wasn't even even 2 feet.
I'm about to watch that again.
Yeah, trust me.
I gotta watch it again.
And Undertaker had to sell like it hurt. It did not hurt, but that's cool.
But they're professionals. You try that.
Look, see, that's everybody's gonna be go-to answer when you're critical about something. Well, why don't you go do it? Nobody in this room can do the shit Shane McMahon do. I got it. Don't mean we reviewing it. We can be critical about it.
I can do his dance.
See what? My son can do his dance. Coming up next is we have TLC 2. Edge and Christian versus the Dudley Boys versus the Hardy Boys.
The question is it better than TLC 1?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Hands down?
Hands down. They had Lita in this one. They had Rhino in this one. They had Spike Dudley in this one. Taking those spots.
Lita, man. Didn't she get gored out of her life?
She got a 3D. She got 3D.
I remember she got something real bad.
She got 3D. She hit the shit out of Spike Dudley with that chair.
I was getting ready to say that.
She got 3D?
Yeah. Lita got 3D.
Oh my god.
Lita got 3D.
I remember it was real bad. Like, Spike
got shit knocked out of him with the chair.
This is the reason why I say that this one was better than the first one, because we all remember that spear that Jeff Hardy has taken from like 20 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then knocked Edge out.
I don't know how Edge's arm didn't break. I watched his arm hit that ground many a times.
Yeah.
His arm should shatter.
I agree. And it was such perfectly timed and everything.
Can you imagine if Jeff didn't let go?
Ooh. Could you imagine if Jeff let go with his legs so caught on the ladder?
Man, he'd have been done.
It'd have been like Mortal Kombat fatality. His legs would have been led and his torso would have been on the ground.
Exactly. Bubba Ray
more bled than an Eminem match.
Bubba Ray and Matt Hardy both take the 4-table spot on the outside.
Yo, they went through so many tables.
Yes.
There's just too many tables at that point. Like,
we have Spike Dudley who gives Christian the Dudley dog through the table on the outside.
I thought it was decent.
We had Lita do the Lita Karana to Rhino. Rhino gores Matt Hardy through a table.
Yeah.
It was so many. It was 9 people in that match, and it didn't feel crowded to me.
Because basically you had the main guys, Hardys, Edge and Christian, and Dudleys. You had them as the main guys, and then you had their representatives, like their side guys. Like you had like Spike, Dudleys, he interferes. Lita, Hardys, interferes. Rhino, Edge and Christian, interferes. So pretty much it was like you said, it wasn't overcrowded. It was just right.
So Edge and Christian used Rhino to help them climb up the ladder and retain the No,
they won.
They won because the Dudley Boys were the champions at the time. And Edge and Christian won the tag team championships. Your thoughts on the match? And do you think it was better than the first one? And was it better than the triangle ladder match they had the year before?
It sounded like it was a lot of spots in this match.
You gotta watch it.
It was.
I'm gonna watch it.
This is worth it. It's worth it.
Come on, Jeff try to walk the tightrope with ladders.
He almost did too, but he imagine if he'd have fell. Like if he legit fell, he'd have been dead. I'm sorry.
So go on. I need your answer, Quattro.
It's hard. Because the first match just changed everything. And I don't want to say the second match was, but it's like No Mercy WrestleMania 2000. WrestleMania 2000 was such an amazing game. But No Mercy is great because it merely just improved upon WrestleMania 2000. So it's hard to say that that's not better than WrestleMania. But WrestleMania, No Mercy is that good because of WrestleMania. So
I got you.
That's the give and take I'm having there.
I still go with TLC too.
You went with No Mercy too.
Oh, No Mercy has been shown to be better than WrestleMania 2000.
Same game with extra stuff.
Pretty much.
Definitely isn't.
And that's what this match is too. It's the same match with so much extra stuff.
Oh, there we go. Now we got time for people who like old school gimmick battle royal time. Where we get all the classic gimmicks from back in the day, and they come and do a battle royal, and it's great because they actually put Mean Gene and Bobby the Brain Heaton on commentary, so they really make it this old school. So we have Repo Man, the Gobbledygooker, Tugboat, Earthquake, Kimchi, Bushwhacker Luke, Jim Cornette, Duke Drosy, the Goon, Nikolai Volkov, Bushwhacker Butch, Doink the Clown, Michael Hayes, One Man Gang, who was supposed to be Hakeem the African Dream. Yeah. Brother Love, Sergeant Slaughter, Hillbilly Jim, and the Iron Sheik. Your thoughts on the gimmick battle royal at first?
This show is not even in my memory banks. At all. I'm sorry.
Moxie, your thoughts on the gimmick battle royal?
That should have been like something for the pre-show, not the main card. And on top of that, why? You had the Iron Sheik in there, which was obviously he was going to win because it looked like he couldn't even freaking move. But I will say, I do like the post-match when Sergeant Slaughter locked him in the Cobra Clutch, which I thought was fucking hilarious. I'm trying to chop him across the chest, and then he just locked him in like, fuck that. Choke your ass out. He's like, I couldn't throw you over the top rope. I'm going to choke your ass out.
Old guys, you know what I'm saying? Well, Iron Sheik wins the Gimmick Battle Royal. It was cool to see some of the old characters again, but if you wasn't really a fan of those kind of characters back in the wrestling back then,
golden age, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
If you wasn't really a big fan of those kind of characters back in the day, then you probably wouldn't have liked them. But we got another match between. I thought it was a very underrated match. Is The Undertaker versus Triple H.
No holds barred, basically.
It
was the first time at WrestleMania, right?
Yes. It wasn't originally a singles match until Mike Chioda had to sell for 10 minutes and 10,
He gave him the elbow drop.
He gave him the, like, for real. But obviously the story was, I remember Kane about to throw Stephanie off the roof, or off the balcony of inside something. Mm-hmm. And Undertaker won his match with Triple H because Triple H, what was it?
Triple H was basically bragging and boasting, saying he's beating everybody.
Oh yeah, there is to beat.
Undertaker came out and said, "You ain't never beat me."
And
he told him, "Try me, I'll make you famous."
Remember that line back there? I'll make you famous.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, remember that when he said it to DB?
Yeah. So yeah,
I'm begging you.
So Undertaker and Triple H, after they knock out Mike Chioda for 10 minutes, they go start fighting around the ring. Triple H chokes him on the obviously cushion, and Undertaker elbow drops him. He comes back. They break the little announcer table that they have up for the one that Shane broke, and it didn't.
That was at the beginning of the match.
Yeah, it was there. It was at that too.
But before you call that the chokeslam spot and the elbow drop spot, can we say that Triple H was hitting the hell out of Undertaker with them chairs? I lost count how many chair shots because he was tearing his ass up with them chairs.
Because he brings it from the down up. He brings it around full circle. Like, bah!
I agree. So
second best chair shot in the game. Shame man. Bink.
John. I hate that chair shot.
Yo, it's the best one. He goes.
That's what we said. He's like so salty. You be doing anything to avoid that. That's what so salty.
It's like getting hit with the mini chops in the game. Like it's just. It's the best chair shot. There's no better chair shot.
So Undertaker hit the sledgehammer, but he ends up hitting Triple H with a last ride, which was the finishing move at that time. For people to know, and
it was badass Undertaker, right?
Yeah, American Badass Undertaker. And Undertaker picks up. I think this is number 9. Number 9 at WrestleMania. So your thoughts on this? The first Undertaker vs Triple H match.
I mean, it was a good brawl. I mean, it got better once the ref got knocked out.
Okay.
I mean, before that, I was like, no, it's a match. Oh, the ref's down, cool. All right, they can fight now. Yay. I mean, you knew the sludge was going to come somewhere. It didn't work. Oh, well. He'd be all right.
Your thoughts, Moxie, on Undertaker vs Triple H before we get to our main event?
It was one of my favorites because it basically started off. Then years later, they repeated it. They repeated it again. They went all out. They got good chemistry with each other, Undertaker and Triple H, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. They got good chemistry. I love that sledgehammer spot because honestly, I thought that was it. When he hoisted it up, and that was like perfect timing. Smack right on top of his head. Yeah. And then as soon as Undertaker kicks out, you like, holy shit. If somebody can survive that, okay, that means the sledgehammer don't really impact nobody like that. But I liked it.
Who knew years later, F5.
More about 3 of them.
3 F5s. Knock his ass out. 1, 2, 3, it's over.
So it's time for the main event and probably one of the best video packages ever
should have did 3 pedigrees then.
It was My Way by Limp Bizkit. The returning Stone Cold comes back and wins the Royal Rumble. The Rock beats Kurt Angle at No Way Out. Now we have The Rock versus Austin Part 2.
Hold on, before we get into this, can I just say this is pretty much is just on the regards of Stone Cold's return. Okay. Stone Cold should have won that feud at No Way Out versus Triple H. He should have won that. I just wanted to say that.
Oh, he should have went over to I have mixed feelings about that. To be honest with you, I don't know, but we gotta have another time we can talk about it extensively. Stone Cold versus The Rock Part 2. First of all, is everybody excited to see Stone Cold versus The Rock Part 2?
Yeah, I wasn't.
You wasn't?
No.
Explain.
I mean, I had been through it already. I wasn't I wasn't that excited.
Well, The Rock is in a bigger place than he was. He's the number one man in the company now than he was back when in 1999. And Stone Cold is coming back, and he's number one. They fight for number one in the company right now.
But I was enjoying Rock's time with Kurt Angle. Well, I really was.
I agree with you. I mean, there could be arguments made that the Rock and Kurt Angle feud should have went along. He just lost the championship.
I'm not saying Rock and Stone Cold didn't have. That wasn't even a feud. I need another word for what they had, man.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
That
was a real rivalry.
That was a real rivalry. But at that point, I was enjoying The Rock's things with Kurt Angle and all the promos and spots that they was going through. Like, that was a lot of fun for me. Mm-hmm. I'm like, we're back to the Rock Stone Cold thing again. There's other people he can feud with before we get here.
Okay. So, but, well, like I said, the match is a no disqualification match, and they really do show it. Both of the guys juice up. I don't mean by still, I mean like bleeding. Still, here comes the mix. The Rock can sell a stunner for miles and years to come.
Wait, is this the one when he did the ultra flipping stunner? When he got stunner and pushed himself up higher?
Yeah.
This is that one?
Yeah.
Alright, that's the best stunner in the world. My childhood stuff, I was like, there's no way you can walk after that move. You know how much work it takes for you to bounce and propel yourself back up through the sky?
Yeah, well, he did it. He did a whole backflip.
He bounced off the corner buckle and everything.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So after that happened, Stone Cold gets a chair and Vince McMahon walks down. And he's like, why is Vince McMahon walking down here?
Same question I asked.
And
you know why? Because there was really nothing that led to him walking down. Not one thing.
And then as Stone Cold and Rock have another exchange with the chair, and the Rock catches him in the rock bottom and everything, and then Vince seems like to distract the referee, right? Vince distract the referee?
No.
What happened on that one?
What happened was Vince got involved after the Rock dropped the people's elbow and was basically about to win. He pulled the Rock out.
Yeah.
And the Rock pretty much run around and chased him around the ring. That's when the Rock ran into the, I think it was the rock bottom at that time. That's when he ran into a rock bottom. That's what happened.
Okay, yeah, all right. So, yeah, that's right. Stone Cold stole the Rock's move. Didn't look as good.
No,
it looked like a bookend.
Yes.
So
all the times that Rock and Stone stole the stunner.
Yeah, I'm just saying, hey, don't worry, we get that in another 2 years at part 3 of that match. But so then Stone Cold gets handed the chair from Mr. Man, and the first time I seen this, it didn't end with no stunner. He is wailing on the Rock with these chair shots.
He sold the hell out of them.
I mean, he just is getting him in the back, then he's taking him and he's stabbing him in the stomach and the knees, and he goes back to wailing him, and then finally he just like wears his ass out with a chair, and then goes and pins him for the 1, 2, 3. Stone Cold is your new WWF champion, and one of the scenes that actually made my heart sink when I first seen it.
See Vince and Stone Cold together.
Shook hands, and it just was like, I can't believe that just happened.
Yes.
I cannot believe that just happened. I'm sitting there watching like I was really like it felt like one of my relatives died. I felt that sinking in my heart. Like I watched Stone Cold since '98.
But this is getting us to little things like Kurt Angle and the tiny cowboy hat.
Yeah, and him crying on the bridge. Yeah, I got it. I ain't trying to go into that worst thing though. That probably be What's Best in Business show. So, your thoughts on the main event and Austin going heel?
It's more of the finish than anything else. Grant, I'm not saying it was a bad match or anything else, but for me, the ending of that match overshadowed the entire match for me.
Okay.
Because it was like, all right, yo, they going at it. Damn, that was the hardest stunner in the world. Yo, he hit him with a lot. Why is it's just like you said? Why is Vince here?
You think that basically killed that moment?
Oh, corporation. This and all right, cool. I got you. I know. I remember this. All right. Wait, is he screwing over the Rock? Why? It's the ultimate why moment, and then he just wins, and you're just like, what the hell is happening? like going to school the next day is like, what the fuck is happening? it just left you like, when does Raw come on? What? No, wait, this is gonna be real. When does Warzone start? It left me with too many questions. It just overshadows the entire match.
Okay, Moxie, your thoughts on the main event?
I liked it. I just didn't like Stone Cold turning heel because I was a fan of both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, like once I seen Vince come down, I thought about it. I was like, damn, this from WrestleMania, he's gonna screw him again. And sure behold, that's what happens. But he beat the hell out of Rock with that damn chair.
On the bright side, we got Stone Cold's rap song.
I didn't like that song. I enjoyed the match. I know this was the best out the series of 3 that they had from 15, 17, and 19. Yeah. I know this was the best one.
Yeah, well, the promo package too.
Yeah, like I said, the package was great. The match was great. Them stealing each other's finishing move was great. The hardcore, the no disqualification element to it was great. Them chair shots was vicious. The Vince McMahon thing, looking back at it now, was a great swerve. But when at that age, I was just very, very pissed by it. Yeah. But that was WrestleMania X7 in a nutshell. So, what do you guys rate it? And then I want to see why y'all put it as the greatest WrestleMania, because I got everybody's comments from these matches. And from hearing everybody's comments, it does not seem like the greatest WrestleMania. But what do you rate it?
I think people see it as the greatest WrestleMania because it was so iconic on multiple different levels. From the heel turn and TLC 2, that hardcore match, and not China. Like, I don't know shit other WrestleMania moment for real outside that though, did she?
No.
Okay, so maybe for her having her own WrestleMania moment, I'll just throw it in there. Like, I feel like so much happened. It really gives you what WrestleMania is supposed to do when everything begins again.
Well, that was 20.
Yeah, but no. Yeah, that's 20. It's in the future. But with that being said, it's an iconic moment of everything ending and beginning again. Beginning anew.
Yeah.
Like that, it gave a really transition point. It felt like a transition on WrestleMania.
Moxie, your thoughts on it? Now you came on and said this is the greatest WrestleMania of all time.
Yes.
So let's hear why. What's your final grade for it? And what you still give it a final grade? And what's your final grade?
I give it a B+.
B+.
I'm giving it an A because this stood out as the greatest WrestleMania for me as me coming up because you had the atmosphere of like you said, you had the swerve with Stone Cold at the end. You had the tag team. You had a rematch with the tag team, so pretty much they upped the ante with that. You had Undertaker and Triple H, which was an underrated match, but when you look back at it, that was a real good ass match. You had You had Chris Benoit and Kurt Angle. They put on a great match. Then you had Kane. What was it? Kane, Raven, and Big Show. Yeah, they did better than they did. They stepped it up. Pretty much, it was, in my opinion, it stepped up from the previous WrestleMania, from WrestleMania 16. That's why I'm saying is that.
What's your final grade? Your final grade is an A on it.
Yes.
Now you said a B. It's on the same level as WrestleMania 2000.
Yeah. For me.
Mm-hmm.
For me personally, yes.
Do you look at it as the greatest WrestleMania of all time?
I can't say yes, but I don't want to say no, because if I say no, then the next answer is what is, right?
No, well, I mean, there is all opinion. There are about 2, maybe 3 WrestleManias that people have talked about that they feel as though is better than WrestleMania 17.
I'm not going to say it's the greatest one, but I can't answer you at this moment and tell you what's the greatest one.
I understand that. How I look at it is, everybody says it's the greatest one because you know what's going around. Easy to say, but it's it ended the Attitude Era. Somebody feels that this is the actual end of the Attitude Era right here at this WrestleMania, and we're going over to a whole new generation of WCW and ECW talent going to be on the main roster. And I look at WrestleMania 17 like the Thriller album. I look at it like WrestleMania 17, and because one of my favorites is WrestleMania 19. I look at WrestleMania 17 as the Thriller album, and I look at WrestleMania 19 as the Bad album. Now, on paper, the Bad album is better than Thriller, but Thriller sold more. Thriller is the best-selling album of all time, and Thriller has those hits on it. Like, oh, okay, it's pretty good, but Bad had 6 number 1 singles on that album. And for an album to have 6 number ones, the Thriller had 6 or 7 top 20 or top 10 songs, but they all weren't number 1. So I look at it like on paper, with everything you Bad is obviously the better crafted album. It just ain't sell more as Thriller did. That's how I look at WrestleMania 17 and WrestleMania 19. I thought WrestleMania 19 had the better card, where all the matches were just great. Shawn and Jericho, Rock Austin 3, Kurt and Lesnar, even Hogan and Hogan and Vince. Even if the finish was ass, Booker T and Triple H. Matt Hardy and Rey Mysterio was even a good cruiserweight. They even shot me on the head. They had a better stature of matches than, because when we sit here reviewing it, the 6-man tag wasn't that great. The hardcore was better than we thought it was. Y'all fast forward past Eddie Guerrero versus Test. Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit was pretty good. Nobody cared about China versus Ivory. Shane Man versus Mr. Man was just like, was done with a spot fest. Nobody cared about the Battle Royal. So it's like, for it to be great, everything wasn't great on that card. But we just call it great because everybody's accustomed to calling it great.
That's why I said it's a transitional WrestleMania. That's why it's on the B.
Yeah. I mean, for you, I get what you're saying with it. Me personally, I'm giving it an A-.
Okay.
I'm giving it an A-. And I still tug for it, but I still dub this as, yes, I don't think it's the greatest pay-per-view of all time. I still think it's like my 1A to my 1B because I really like WrestleMania 19. And if it comes to the match quality of WrestleMania 19 was the better card. Okay. It showed that we can have a great WrestleMania. We don't have to, do all the shit that Spot Fest basically. And stuff like that. That's what it did for me. Because there was not one gimmick style match on WrestleMania 19. I was like, I'm going to hate this show because every match is like a singles or a tag team or a one-on-one. There's no type of hardcore. In my personal opinion, at a WrestleMania, you have to have something for every single fan. You got to have something for the technical fans. You got to have something for storytelling. And you got to have like a gimmick style kind of matchup. At least 1 or 2 at WrestleMania. That's why I like when they have like a hardcore and then they have a ladder type match, so the mix and stuff look like that. But this one was just like, hey, we can do it. And it was like, damn, this is a damn good WrestleMania. So it's an A- for me. But people out there, you let us know, how did you guys like WrestleMania 17? And Q-Flow, when you see WrestleMania 17, you let us know.
I will let you guys know.
How would you guys like it? And then make sure you guys stay tuned for, all the What's Special Business and all the other pay-per-views coming up, each a WrestleMania a day. So make sure you guys check out. Coming up tomorrow is Icon versus Icon. The Rock versus Hulk Hogan with my hopefully special guest BSP Wrestling Podcast. So stay tuned for all that great stuff. So guys, once again, I am your host, Mr. A&D, and I'm here with the hard R from the Soul Track Enterprise Quattro.
Tues.
And the Lunatic Fringe JD Moxley.
Take it easy, guys.
And Q-Flow, Flo the Rookie.
See you later.
Make sure you guys keep it retro. Do not ever forget about the old school. And we'll see you tomorrow with WrestleMania 18.